Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today I'm fixing to get started on a Kawasaki Concourse 1000. What is going on with it is it's leaking gas between the carburetors. So what I got to do is remove the seat, remove the tank, remove these covers. I'm just going to remove the covers on both sides and be done with it. That way I got plenty of room. And see if I can work them carburetors out of there. And then after that, I need to see about separating them so I can find out if it's the metal tube that goes between the carburetors or just the O-rings. Anyway, I'll be honest with y'all. I think I got me a fun job ahead of me, because this will be the first time ever separating carburetors. And needless to say, I am not looking forward to it, be honest with you. But it's got to be done so I can find out what's going on with the leakage between the carburetors. Maybe I can get in there and find out there might be a hole in the bowl or something, the reason why it's leaking, but I got a feeling it's going to be them tubes. Either the tubes or the O-rings. But anyway, I'll probably just hold off on recording, go ahead and separate everything and start working, getting the carburetors out of there. But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I got a bunch of the panels and all that removed to where I can get to the carburetors a lot better now. And this is going to be a fun little ordeal. You know, I've done it one time before, pretty close to about, I want to say about a year ago. I don't remember exactly when, but I do know that it was a fun little job taking them off and putting them back on. And, you know, just gonna have to have fun once again. Alright, well, let me see about getting these carburetors off and out of the way, get all these panels and everything out of the way so I can get up there on it and get started. Boy howdy, yep, this is fun. Alright, be right back. Okay, I have got the carburetors off finally, and what I've been doing is measuring the distance in here, and I got all the bolts broke loose. It took a little chisel and a hammer to get the bolts to where I can turn them with a screwdriver. Now these three up here wasn't no problem, but these 8 and right here and these 8 up in there was something else. But guess what? Also, this right here does not have metal inserts as far as it goes for where the gas goes to feed the carburetors. It has plastic, so that tells me that the O-rings has went bad in this one and this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace all of the O-rings that's in there. And while I got them separated, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this valve right here. If you notice, it don't have but 2 valves. You got one on this side and one right there on number 1 and number 4 carburetor. But you got a vacuum line feeding the number 3, and you got a vacuum line feeding number 2. So anyway, now when I get them separated, put a new one of them in here, and I think I put a new one in here. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check the kit. But hopefully I got the O-rings that goes in here. I'll need 6 of them. You know, there'll be 2, 4, 6. Anyway, another thing I need to get also, I need to soften up these pieces right here where it goes to the back of the carburetor, from the air box to the carburetor. Now some of them feels good and soft. That number one is good and soft. That's why I wish them all was, and that way would help to make taking this carburetor off a lot easier. And you know, I just got to separate it. But I think what I'm gonna do is wait and get some rubber softener first, soften these up, then tear these carburetors apart. Because I'm not in no big rush to take them apart just yet. But yeah, got pieces, little pieces here, little pieces there. But anyway, I reckon that'll do it for right now. I got a feeling this is probably going to be something like a 2-part video or something. 2-part, maybe a 3-part. I don't know. But I do know that it's going to be aggravating a little bit. And there's another springs, there's some more springs that's in here that I'm concerned with, that goes between these carburetors here and here. But there's nothing between here. Okay, well, I reckon that'll do it for right now. I gotta get all this stuff figured out. Okay.